Banyak orang bermurah hati nak sedekah telefon kat saya. Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Very good evening. Sorry to keep you waiting. Just now I didn't take any question. I didn't have anything to say during the meeting in progress. I thought it's better for me to just have this session with you all so that we finish our business first for the day and we can see you at this hour. Sorry for keeping you waiting. Friends, we have just concluded 4 ministers meeting today in conjunction with the 47 ASEAN Summit as follows. The first one is ASEAN Foreign Ministers Meeting, AMM. The second one is 30th ASEAN Political Security Community, APAC Council Meeting. The third one, 37 ASEAN Coordinating Council Meeting, ACC. And the last one just now was ASEAN Joint Foreign and Economic Minister Meeting. This is the first time that we have this joint meeting, Foreign Ministers and Economic Ministers Meeting, as suggested by our Prime Minister during the opening of our AMM meeting last July. During AMM meeting, we reiterated our shared commitment to advancing ASEAN community building with a stronger focus on implementation. So enough of declaration, enough of MOU, enough of what, but now is we are focusing on how do we implement it. So this also part of this ASEAN Community Vision 2045. The adoption of ASEAN 2045, our shared future, provides us with a clear and forward-looking direction to guide our collective efforts. The meeting reiterated the importance of upholding ASEAN centrality in leading regional efforts and in facing challenges. During the meeting, we touched on Myanmar. ASEAN continues to reaffirm that 5-point consensus remains as the main reference in addressing the situation in Myanmar. On the election, the meeting agreed the election must be fair, transparent, inclusive, and credible, and we urged the need for inclusive dialogue prior to the elections. On sending ASEAN observers team, we're going to deliberate at a senior officers level, and they will report back to us. We reaffirm the importance of continuity in ASEAN's efforts vis-à-vis Myanmar and discuss the proposal to revise the duration of the term of the Special Envoy of ASEAN on Myanmar. We agreed to task the senior official to further deliberate on the proposal. We expressed the need to strengthen collaboration with the AHA Center to ensure that humanitarian assistance reaches those most in need in accordance with ASEAN's humanitarian principles. We appreciate the contribution by ASEAN member states, external partners, and the United Nations and the private sector towards elevating the humanitarian situation in Myanmar. We touch on the serious threat of transnational crimes emanating from Myanmar to the region. On Timor-Leste's full membership in ASEAN, we witnessed Timor-Leste depositing 2 instruments as follows. Number 1, the instrument of the accession to the ASEAN Charter, and the second one, the instrument of accession to the Treaty on the Southeast Asia Nuclear Weapon-Free Zone, SONFES. On external relations, we underscored the importance of strengthening ASEAN unity and centrality in our engagement with external partners through the various ASEAN-led mechanisms. On the second one, the ASEAN Political Security Community APAC Council meeting. The meeting discussed the recent developments in sectoral bodies under the APAC pillar. We adopted the report of the APAC Council to the 47 ASEAN Summit and endorsed the Anthem Review Report on the APAC Blueprint 2025. We reaffirmed the commitment to fully implement the 2045 APAC Strategic Plan and improve its implementation based on the recommendation of end-term review. We underscored ASEAN's collective efforts in building trust among security agencies, strengthen cooperation in combating transnational crimes, uphold the rule of law, and ensure that the protection of human rights remains central to ASEAN's community building efforts. Meeting on ASEAN Coordinating Council, the 37th ASEAN Coordinating Council meeting, finally the ASEAN Foreign Ministers meeting series ended with the 37th ACC meeting. The meeting discussed the status of key reports to be submitted at the summit, including the final preparation for Timor-Leste's admission as the full member of ASEAN. We recommended the meaningful progress made by Timor-Leste, particularly in acceding to ASEAN legal instruments, strengthening institutional readiness, and actively participating in ASEAN meetings across all three community pillars. We also encourage the continued extension of support and assistance to Timor-Leste, particularly through contribution to the Timor-Leste unit at the ASEAN Secretariat. We also emphasized the need for Timor-Leste to complete and fulfill all the criteria and the roadmap of Timor-Leste's full membership in ASEAN. We also adopted the ASEAN Blue Economy Implementation Plan 2026-2030. The Blue Economy remains a key driver for ASEAN's sustainable growth and regional resilience. Malaysia believes that this implementation plan will serve as a practical framework to guide ASEAN's collective efforts in harnessing marine and aquatic resources responsibly and exclusively. With regard to ASEAN Joint Foreign and Economic Ministers Meeting, AMM and AEM, just now, the meeting was convened at the initiative of the Honorable Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim, Prime Minister, during the opening of the 58th ASEAN Foreign Ministers Meeting on 9 July 25 for greater synergy between the ASEAN Foreign Ministers and ASEAN Economic Ministers and across ASEAN pillars in an increasingly fragmented world. The Foreign Minister and Economic Ministers, as well as representatives, were briefed by the ASEAN Geo-Economic Task Force, AGTF, on the current geopolitical and geoeconomic landscape, which is characterized by increasing protectionism, shifting global power dynamics, and overlapping crises. The ministers heard the recommendation by AGTF, including for ASEAN to deepen ASEAN integration, enhance ASEAN's agency, and reinforce multilateralism. The ministers also tasked senior officials in coordination with the ASEAN Secretariat to discuss the recommendation made by AGTF and submit their assessment and propose way forward. Besides those meetings, we have also the signing ceremony of the Instrument of Accession to the Treaty of Amity and Cooperation in Southeast Asia, or TAC. We also witnessed the signing of the Instrument of Accession to the Treaty of Amity and Cooperation in Southeast Asia, or TAC, by Finland. This event marks Finland's accession as the newest high contracting party to the treaty, bringing the total number of parties to 58. So 58 already. Supposed to be 2 countries. Cyprus last minute couldn't make it. In conclusion, our recommendations agreed at ministerial level today will be submitted to ASEAN leaders for deliberation and approval. Thank you. So thank you. So I can go back. Yeah? Yes.
I have 2 questions. I'm coming from Phoenix TV.